Donald Trump is president again. After a highly contentious and closely watched election, he has secured a second term in office. This victory has significant implications, not just for the political landscape, but also for the judicial branch of the United States. He won a second term in 2024. His supporters are ecstatic, celebrating what they see as a continuation of his policies and vision for America. The 2024 election was a pivotal moment, with many voters turning out in record numbers to cast their ballots. This is a big deal for the Supreme Court. The court, which is the highest judicial authority in the country, plays a crucial role in interpreting the Constitution and shaping the laws that govern the nation. Its decisions can have far-reaching consequences on American society. The Supreme Court is the most important court in the US. It has the final say on many critical issues, ranging from civil rights to economic regulations. The court's rulings can uphold or overturn laws, influence public policy, and affect the lives of millions of Americans. It makes decisions about important legal cases. These cases often involve complex legal questions and can set precedents that shape the interpretation of laws for generations. The justices' deliberations and rulings are closely watched by legal experts, politicians, and the public alike. Trump's re-election could change the court for a very long time. With the power to nominate justices, the president can influence the ideological balance of the court. This power is especially significant given the lifetime appointments of Supreme Court justices. The court has 9 judges, called justices. These justices are appointed by the president and confirmed by the Senate. They serve lifetime terms, which means they can remain on the bench for decades, shaping the legal landscape long after the president who appointed them has left office. They work there for their whole lives. This lifetime tenure is intended to insulate them from political pressures and allow them to make decisions based solely on their interpretation of the law. However, it also means that the impact of a president's appointments can be felt for many years. This means a president can change the court for years to come. By appointing justices who share their ideological views, presidents can ensure that their influence extends well beyond their time in office. This is why Supreme Court nominations are often highly contentious and closely scrutinized. Trump has already chosen 3 justices. They are Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. These appointments have already shifted the court in a more conservative direction, affecting its decisions on a range of issues. These choices gave more power to the conservatives on the court. With a conservative majority, the court is more likely to rule in favor of conservative policies and interpretations of the law. This shift has significant implications for the direction of American jurisprudence. With 6 conservatives and 3 liberals, the court might become much more conservative. This ideological balance can influence the outcome of many important cases, potentially leading to more conservative rulings on issues such as voting rights, environmental regulations, and more. This could change many things in America. These include abortion rights, gun control, and healthcare. The court's decisions on these issues can have profound effects on American society, shaping the legal framework within which these debates take place. Trump's re-election makes people wonder about what will happen to the court. As the nation watches closely, the future of the Supreme Court remains a topic of intense discussion and speculation. The decisions made in the coming years will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on the country. People are talking about 2 justices possibly retiring from the Supreme Court. This has sparked a lot of discussions and debates among political circles and the general public alike. The 2 justices in question are Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito. Both are known for their conservative stances and have been influential figures on the court for many years. They are also the oldest justices currently serving on the court, which adds to the speculation about their potential retirement. Clarence Thomas, who is now 76 years old, has had a long and impactful career on the Supreme Court. Samuel Alito, at 74 years old, has also made significant contributions during his tenure. Thomas has been a member of the Supreme Court since 1991, appointed by President George H.W. Bush. Over the years, he has become known for his steadfast conservative views. He is particularly noted for his originalist approach to constitutional interpretation, often aligning with the late Justice Antonin Scalia. Despite his significant influence, Thomas is known for his reticence during oral arguments, rarely speaking, but making his presence felt through his written opinions. His opinions are often strong, clear, and reflect his deep commitment to conservative principles. Samuel Alito joined the Supreme Court in 2006, appointed by President George W. Bush. His addition to the court further solidified its conservative bloc. Alito is also known for his conservative judicial philosophy, often siding with the court's right wing on key issues. His writing is characterized by its thoroughness and clarity, making his opinions influential in shaping the court's decisions. Given their ages and long tenures, there is growing speculation that both Thomas and Alito might consider retirement in the near future. If they do retire, it would give former President Donald Trump or another conservative president the opportunity to appoint their successors, potentially shifting the court even further to the right. This possibility excites conservatives, who see it as a chance to cement a conservative majority for decades. However, it deeply concerns liberals, who fear the implications for future rulings on key issues such as abortion, healthcare, and civil rights. Retiring from the Supreme Court is a huge decision. Justices think about many things. Age and health are important. They also think about how they will be remembered, and they think about politics. Justices often work on the court as long as they can. They see it as a job for life. But getting older and health problems can make it hard to keep working. Justices also want to be remembered for doing good things. Some justices choose when they retire very carefully. They want a president who thinks like them to choose their replacement. Politics is a big part of the decision. If Thomas and Alito retire, Trump could choose their replacements. This possibility has been a topic of intense discussion and speculation among political analysts and legal experts. The retirement of these long-serving justices would open the door for a significant shift in the ideological balance of the Supreme Court. This would make the conservative majority on the court even stronger. The current conservative majority has already made several landmark decisions, and with additional conservative justices, their influence would be even more pronounced. This could lead to a series of rulings that align closely with conservative values and principles. It would also change American law for a long time. The Supreme Court's decisions have far-reaching implications, affecting everything from individual rights to federal policies. A stronger conservative majority could reshape the legal landscape in ways that would be felt for generations. Trump's choices would likely be young. By selecting younger justices, Trump would ensure that his appointees could serve for decades, thereby extending his influence long after his presidency. These young justices would bring fresh perspectives, but also a long-term commitment to conservative jurisprudence. They would also likely be very conservative. Trump's previous appointments have shown a clear preference for judges with strong conservative credentials. This trend would likely continue, further solidifying the court's conservative stance on key issues. This means the court could be conservative for many years. The longevity of Supreme Court appointments means that the ideological tilt of the court can have a lasting impact. A conservative court could shape the direction of American law and society for a generation or more. This kind of change would have big results. The decisions made by a more conservative court could affect a wide range of issues, from civil rights to economic regulations. The ripple effects of these decisions would be felt across the country. A more conservative court could overturn Roe v. Wade. This landmark decision, which legalized abortion nationwide, has been a focal point of conservative criticism for decades. Overturning it would be a monumental shift in American law and society. This would end the right to have an abortion. The implications of such a decision would be profound, affecting millions of women and sparking intense political and social debates. States would likely have varying responses, leading to a patchwork of abortion laws across the country. It could also weaken gun control laws. A conservative court might be more inclined to interpret the Second Amendment in ways that favor gun rights, potentially rolling back existing regulations and making it more difficult to pass new ones. And it could make it harder for some people to vote. Voting rights have been a contentious issue, and a conservative court could uphold laws that restrict access to the ballot, affecting voter turnout and the overall democratic process. This is important for everyone, no matter their political views. The composition of the Supreme Court affects all Americans, and the potential changes underscore the importance of understanding and engaging with the judicial system. The decisions made by the court shape the fabric of American life, making it crucial for citizens to stay informed and involved. Here are some people who might be chosen as new justices. These judges were all chosen by Trump for other courts. They are all considered very conservative. They would likely continue to make conservative decisions. One possible choice is Judge Amy Coney Barrett. Trump chose her for the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals in 2017. She is a devout Catholic and popular with social conservatives. Another is Judge Brett Kavanaugh. Judge Naomi Rao is also a top choice. She works at the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit. She's very conservative and pretty young. This makes her a good choice for Trump. The rumors about retirements have caused a lot of talk. Conservatives are excited about the possibility of more Trump justices. They see it as a way to control the court. Liberals are worried. Some conservatives want Thomas and Alito to retire soon. They want a conservative majority while Trump is still president. They're afraid a Democrat might win in 2028. This would make it harder to choose conservative justices. Liberals don't like the rush to replace justices. They think it's unfair. They argue that justices should not be replaced because of their political views. They believe justices should serve for life or until they can't work anymore. This situation has happened before. In 2016, Justice Antonin Scalia died. He was a very important conservative. His death created an open spot on the court. President Obama, a Democrat, chose Merrick Garland to fill the spot. But the Republican Senate refused to even talk about it. They said the next president should choose. This was very controversial. It set an example that might happen again. In 2020, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. She was a very important liberal. Trump chose Amy Coney Barrett to replace her. The Republican Senate confirmed Barrett right before the election. Will Thomas and Alito retire? No one knows. Their decisions are very important for the court's future. If they retire while Trump is president, he will probably choose conservative replacements. This would make the conservative majority even stronger. It would also change American law and society in big ways. The court could become even more conservative on things like abortion, guns, and voting. The court's future is uncertain. But one thing is for sure, this is a big deal. The justices' decisions will affect the country for a long time. The balance of power on the court shows how divided America is politically. What will happen with the Supreme Court? What do you think? Should Thomas and Alito retire while Trump is president? Or should they stay? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about the future of the Supreme Court. Your opinion matters. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. We appreciate your support.